welcome back to Despair Mode. We're going to play some more Nine Souls. Now that I've kind of committed to doing this again, might be good to drill into what the actual nature of the project is, which is one take, unedited videos. My wife might come home from work while I'm doing this. That'll just be in the video. Meant to be almost sort of a talk therapy for me. At least that was the initial Despair Mode idea when I used the medium of Kid Icarus to discuss, childhood and Orientalism and wacky theories about the Japanese. So I'm going to try to keep the racism to a minimum this time around. Oh, hello. What do we have here? Ah. I'm also going to not skip through the text as fast, because I was requested that. Now, Rui is referring to Lord Kuafu, who is destined to be the sole survivor of his race if we don't fuck this up. And his unique talents are undeniable. You could do a lot worse than Kuafu if you were to pick out one member of your race to survive and pass down its knowledge to the children of a different world. But as it stands now, I have to go get him. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to ungate this area using the power-up that I just got in classic Metroidvania fashion. And we're just gonna, I love the hexagrams are even in the loading screen. There is some I Ching up in this business. But before we visit him, we have to get through something that is actually beloved of mine because it happened in all the classic arcade games. It's the elevator brawl. Don't worry about having to create new environments to scroll through. More enemies just show up. Ow. That's rude. Including these guys. Little dronelets. And then the guy comes out this door. Now, I'm going to try not to let him hit me on the backswing this time. That's my big goal here. Okay, that one doesn't have a backswing, so we're good so far. Ah, that wasn't it. That wasn't enough. There we go. Okay, so already we're off to a good start here. Things are looking up for your boy Yi as he descends further into this area. Thank you. Just gotta go down here. Turn off the alarm. I didn't really mention the hacking system last time, but when has there been a hacking system that's worth mentioning? For real. Alright, we find ourselves in a situation here. Go. So, a classic feature of the level design in this game is that you got to go around in a big circle and open the gate, which I like because one of my least favorite things in this world or the next is backtracking. If you show me a 2-mile hike that's a loop and a 1-mile hike that's a mile in and a half mile out, I will say that the 2-mile hike is easier because it's new territory being covered. Like, boredom is the worst thing for me. And that's not like an admirable trait. I just want to point out, like, getting bored easily. It's mostly a completely uncomplicated negative. But really, I have only my own perspective to go on there. Oh boy, this one's all wiggly. The root nodes are one of the key technologies that the Fengshi Guild unlocked and laid the foundation for advanced rhizomatic technology. The flow of rhizomatic energy can be controlled through these root nodes. However, we don't entirely understand how this system works because it was designed by ancient, like, Taoist priest magicians, of which we're about to meet one. So in through the tentacle gate we go again. We draw the symbol of the universe. We're in the rock zone, which is what this space between worlds looks like. A lot of very pretty rocks, which look like they've been subject to erosion, which makes me wonder about the, the time frame here. Like, what kind of outer space winds are carving these rocks into these cool shapes? But yes, here's a ghost, or a fragment, or a memory, or some kind of reflection, and he's going to watch me use this new ability that I have, which lets me pirouette off of these energy blobs. Yes. We understand these things at the same moment. I am teaching him as I am being taught. It was visible all along, that green chi aura. And now we're going to fight. Hit! Oh, too slow. Ha! Try again. Ha! Gotcha. Well, that's good. I'm a little bit, yeah, but no, he's cool with it. He's chuckling. Being beaten up by some sort of shadow future entity is also part of the whole deal, because this is how we learn. You know, those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it, but what about those who do not learn from the future? Huh? Foresight. Alright. And that's how I learned the Tai Chi kick. Via temporal paradox. But anyway, now with this ability, I can explore a little bit more. Now, I'm going to go through the game via the expected route this time, for the most part. As far as I know, you can't really do a lot of route breaking. You can do the first 3 bosses in any order that you want, but the 4th boss doesn't, call you up and taunt you until you've done all 3 of them. So the amount of actual sequence breaking that you can do is relatively limited, which is a shame because sequence breaking is one of those things that I love in a game like this. But by the same token, there may be ways to do it that I'm not privy to. I don't know if you can take apart this game like you can take apart Super Metroid. But that's not really my area of expertise. All I've done is, play it over and over again to make sure that it's not just one flag, but no, you have to hit all 3 of them. Hey, it's this guy again! Except it's not quite this guy. Same model, different name. It's Yan Ren, and he's got fire abilities. Oh god. Ow, ooh, this cleaver. What with the cleaver and such? This is one of those ones where you do actually want to dodge because you can't do anything about the fire. So it's teaching you early on with these 2 bosses that there are situations where you're going to have to use different powers for different stuff. Yeah. There we go. Still not much of a match, despite the recyclable component that you just dropped. And also, I want to make a big deal about oh, it's game design. You learn these 2 things, but you can totally skip this guy. He's one of the optional bosses in this game, which is another Souls-like element here. He does, however, let me out into a little bit more world building. This is the Galactic Dock, a space dock built by the Council on New Kunlun, which is where we are. It can accommodate up to 10 Yuanbao-class ships. My goodness. These ships can be piloted to nearby planets. So we have a spaceport. This is... we already had indication that this is an interstellar species, but this is about as far as we're going with that. And also, here's those death flowers from the introduction. That is the corpse of a Solarian. He has left behind this Dao fruit, which we're going to cannibalize because we're sick like that. but it also has those flowers growing. And I wonder if that's a natural thing that happens when critters like us die or something else is going on. Well, let's do a little bit of maintenance here. Let's see, I already gave myself... Whoa! Sorry, when did I do all this? Oh, yeah. I already gave myself the Swift Runner one, so I'm going to give myself the extra boost and then the sneak up from behind and kill him ability. Perfection itself. Can't get through there at this point because that's where a plot-related thing is going to happen later and we don't want to spoil ourselves, so let's just run back again. See, that's the thing. Like, and even with the sequence breaking, you can avoid some backtracking, but you can't avoid all of it. I want the world to be a whole loop, you know, a loop that you can traverse in any way that you want, which would seem to be like in keeping with the themes of the game, you know. But I understand that that's a game design challenge. But you know, still, it comes admirably close, at least for these first 3 bits. You can approach. Shoot! Forgot there wasn't a floor there. You can approach Guafu's lair from 2 entirely different directions, depending on what order you decide to do things in, which is very cool. But again, past that point, it really stops giving you options like that. But anyway, we're not going to do any of that. Instead, we're going to take a little rest here because I was stupid and fell on the floor, and I don't want to waste your time with backtracking because of death to the extent possible. And yeah, we're going to use that Shadow Strike to get rid of this guy by sneaking up behind him. Just for fun. And then we're going to go down the pit again and see whether we can't meet up with our friend who, I mean, we're extremely mad at him, don't get me wrong, but he's still our friend. I will find a way to get through this guy's shield eventually. But until now, I just have to sort of do this. Hey. It's a robot statue that tests your martial prowess before allowing you to hack it. You have to have both martial prowess and sweet hacking skills in order to be a complete Feng Shi. Because you are a Techno Knight, and this is a cyberpunk setting despite everything. And this guy is going to test whether I know this ability, which I do. The chest opens up. Ooh, look at that chest. And what's inside? It's an artifact. It's the 4 treasures of the study. Now, here's the thing, right? So this is a Solarian artifact that can be gifted to Xuan Xuan. Throughout the course of this, I'm going to find basically all of the treasures of Chinese civilization. Which in Chinese civilization and Solarian civilization turn out to be basically the same thing. But I'm going to take all of this. I'm going to take all of these artifacts of Chinese/Solarian civilization. I'm going to bring them to my little ape boy, who was a native of this island. Well, who was a native of the Pale Blue Planet, but this is happening on this island. And I'm going to teach him all about what it means to be a civilized entity, a civilized conscious creature. Dummy. And you know, I think this is, I think it's kind of telling, you know, that this is how I would choose to spend my time. Gee, what's down here? Oh, hey, it's one of these things. This is another Dark Souls kind of a deal. Have to kill this thing before it goes away or else I don't get the treasure inside it. Which in this case is money. We like money. So I'm going to put that on when I get the chance. But the very first one is the 4 treasures of the study, which, in case you don't know, are the brush, the parchment, the inkstone, and probably something else too. Oh. Thank you for calling me as soon as I get in range of your handsome statue, Guafu. I appreciate it. Guafu does not know who I am, so I will identify myself. Who did you say you were? You heard what I said. Disarm the security system already. Now you listen to me. I don't know what kind of hilarious prankster you think you are. Did you really think you'd fool me with that crude disguise? It's our first inkling that Kwafu is in fact a stock comedy character. He is the portly sidekick, and this statue is a bit of a farce. Alright, I'm going to take this off, put this on, because I want more money. And then I'm going to go back to the pavilion, because I want to give Xuan these treasures. There's longer loading times. I'm using my wife's computer for this because mine is worse. We need to get ourselves like a proper tower. Where is that boy? Where'd he go? Ah, there he is. He's sleeping. Wake up! Wake up! I got something for you. Alright, let's see. Yeah, we have brush, parchment, inkstone. Somebody will tell me what the fourth treasure is, I'm sure. Here, this is a calligraphy brush. Stop writing with that crude charcoal. I'm cultivating him. This is a cultivation story, ladies and gentlemen. And non-binary pals. Remember, the order of your strokes is very important. It is. It is. You don't want to drag your sleeve through it. It sure isn't. I have like a few Hanzi, but really they're kanji because it was Japanese that I studied. And, oh, a clingy classmate. He still misses his sister. Who was your classmate? I'm not telling you, because I am a man and I don't like to talk about my feelings. It's cool that Xuan is a boy, at least, you know. I mean, well, I guess that depends on your point of view. But Xuan is already writing his heroic epic. Xuan is writing Journey to the West, of course, as any childbirth assault is going to do. There we go. And we'll get to see the fruits of his labors populate this area as we go. I don't know about you, but I think that's pretty nifty. But let's see here. Shall we leave it for now then? Or should we make our way to Guafu's headquarters before we leave it? Let's go a little bit further. I'm feeling sassy. Here we go. Look at that. Look at that unit. Look at that hunko man. I could have waited until he was facing away from me, sure, but where would the fun in that have been? Whoa. Oh, near. Sorry, that was me not realizing that I didn't have any juice in my old runic account there. There we go. He's dead, but the music's still playing. Oh, there we go. Oh no! Archers! Yeah, shoot that ceiling. Oh, there's a dog down there. The dog is made of the same basic goo that all of the other critters are. They just shape this goo into different armor forms. And if you're curious as to how that's done, just wait. Boy, this doesn't seem like a very good situation to be in. Maybe I'll go around the other way. What's over here? Oh, yeah, this way I can sneak up. And sneak up. I guess I still have to deal with this guy, though. Ow. Ow. Didn't get past him. Ow. Oh, God. There we go. Ow. I am a fool. Part of the way that the reason that it's organized this way is to minimize the amount of run back that you have to do after getting your ass handed to you by every group of enemies, but unfortunately, in a lot of cases, the run back is still pretty significant. But having just gone in that little loop, as this is a sort of concentric series of loops, I can get my health back from having embarrassingly lost both of my pipe charges from that one little basic ass encounter. There we go. Now we can take care of this guy properly. Alright. Whoa, what's that in the background? It's a pyramid! It's a ziggurat! I mean, it's a pyramid, not a cigarette. Those things are distinct, but we're gonna go in there in a second. That's gonna be exciting, you guys. Oh, halberd. Oh, he's got a green aura though, so I can counter him when he does a special move. Like that! Ah. I'm so graceful. Now there's something up here probably that I can have. Yes. Nicely done. The best way to interact with any object in this game is to hit it with your sword. Something's gonna happen. There you go. Probably it'll break. Maybe money will come out of it. There we go. There's that loop again. Oh, there's a critter back here. I'm probably gonna die doing this. Oh, come here, come here. Oh, I'm so smart. They're so stupid. But they are actually supposed to be stupid. So, what's on the other side of this bridge, you guys? Let me just hack this and... Oh, hi. You're on the other side of this bridge. Hey, buddy. Don't like you. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, this isn't going well. I think I have to remember how to fight him. Come here, come here, come here, come here. Come on. Okay. Come on. You notice that I'm losing sort of green health turns red when I am not timing my parries correctly. Ooh, that one hits you twice. Oh, it feels so good when you explode them with that. You're not even looking at them because you're such a badass. Ah, so good. All right. All right, we've avoided embarrassing ourselves for another day. All right, I'm just gonna put this back on now that I have the room for it. And now that I have the room for this, here we go. Useful in dealing with pesky archers, also gonna rest. Well, if this goes long, we can chop it. Put it out as 2 episodes. Or not. I mean, the great thing about sort of the democratization of access to technology these days is that, you know, you can put as much or as little effort as you want to in anything that can be immediately viewed by the public at large. So, it's already been demonstrated that, like, you can get time shenanigans, but he's about to get a call. Hey. Who's this? She resembles that flute-playing girl from earlier. It's my sister Hung. But the way that we're acting about her, you would think that she was already dead. I'm just going to give it away. The reason that we're getting these messages from her is because they're just reaching us over relativistic distances. We are way far away from our home planet right now. And these are messages that she sent me while she was waiting for me to come back. And I never did. He is a little scientist. He's a little rated atheist, and he is really upset at the cultural expectation that we're not allowed to use all of the cool technologies and weapons from back when the world was at war. Hung, on the other hand, is, you know, a girl.
No.
And she has girl powers and girl knowledge. But she's actually, you know, there's a brain in that head. She's just not as precocious as he is.
No, fakji.
And she likes to be the little girl around him also, as you might notice. But yeah. Turns out that it's not E who's going to fix up all those towers back in the background there. It's his friend Guafu. Yeah. I thought you were the smartest person in the whole world. The color of the sky, where rain comes from, why the stars shimmer. You knew about it all. You've accomplished so much and received all those lofty titles since then. But to me, you've always been the most amazing person in the world. Gets you right in the heart. Gets you right in the mechanical robot heart, doesn't it, E? That's a shame. It's kind of like, you know, it's justice of a kind that she can torture him from beyond the grave like this without even knowing that that's what she was doing. Although maybe she does. Hung seems to know more than she lets on a lot of the time. Because she is in tune with the Tao, and far more than he is, despite E's, more immediate use of it. Oops. Sorry, I just meant to swap, not to jump. There's some treasure down here. I like treasure. Boing, boing, boing. Open the gate. Oh god! It's some sort of brute. Ugh. Man, I'm just wailing away on him and it's not doing much. Yeah! There we go. Hey, you'll have to see it. Alright. Just climb up here for a second. Ah, dingus. I didn't grab the rope. Oh well. The block will come back. There we go. The way that you hover when you're oh, you hear the little flute sting before the thing shoots just for extra like help and getting the timing right. Gotta love that. But no, the fact that E defies gravity as long as he's slashing in the air is very good and is in fact kind of necessary to be able to do, as we'll see later. There we go. There we go. Those are cyber talismans keeping that thing in close. And I think there was a little bit of treasure up there. Alright. We're almost to Guafu's. Oh, there it is again, yeah. Oops. Hey, it's a robot. I love the Shanghais. Their fishbowl heads all have a different fish in them. And their personalities vary depending upon that fish. This guy's a really enthusiastic catfish. He's so stoked. Alright. Yep. Unsurprisingly, he's in there. Those are, put it this way, those are not standard Hansa on the pyramid. The characters here are close enough, you know, and I would love to know how a native person would interpret them, or a native reader of Mandarin or any other Chinese dialect would. Oh. Nice. You've managed to outwit a robot. But first of all, we have to get his chip. Which I'm going to do by... I can either destroy him and get the chip, or I can pay him $400. But I'm going to elect to pay him $400, because again, I'm playing E as if he's a nice guy. Oh, ooh, it's another one of those cultural treasure. Oh, who's this? Who's this? Oh, it's my favorite. Hey, bud, what are you up to? Where's that weird noise going? A defect? It's Chio! Pardon me, I was captivated by the incredible craftsmanship of this building. The words burst forth, flowing freely. I've never seen a weapon that shows interest in the arts. What's your model? Oh, the circumstances of birth do not a sage make. I may run man-made circuitry, but I place much faith in my poetry. Pray, call me Chio. I'm also known as Battle Lord Mark II. May I inquire as to your esteemed name? Call me E. No need for the formalities. Well met. This fortuitous encounter deserves a verse of its own. When blossoms drift from swaying willow boughs, the morning air bestrews its sweet perfume. Stay not adrift for more than spring allows. There is less time to cherish than we presume. Your meter's off. Alas, is it so? You're right, Sir Yi. The final line contains an error, the source of which is an issue with operator 37 in my system. Allow me a moment to replace. Oh, I am bereft of Jean and unable to carry out repairs. Whatever shall I do? You need Jean. Jean is a keystone for all that harness the electrical humors. For artificial beings like myself, it is but the most precious of precious materials. Oh, I've traveled far and wide, gathering myriad treasures, but without Jean welding my connections, they just become a burden. Ah, I've devised a plan that might resolve this urgent need. Judging by your attire, I surmise that you must have been born into wealth. To tell you the truth, my luggage houses an extravagant collection of precious artifacts. If you have Jin to barter, I would be willing to part with a few of my treasures. Peruse at your leisure, sir. So many scholar monks on here, and he has so many interesting things. Why do I want to buy all of these poisonous things? What's that about? I'll content myself with one of these for the moment. And I'll throw in one of these too, just for fun. Alright. He's so good. The transaction may fail, but goodwill persists. If you're not in the mood to do business, we can sit down and recite poetry together. I just gave you 1600 Gene. Anywho, so first of all, I want to shout out the translators who, translating what was presumably like, maybe like antique Chinese verse, maybe Tang poetry even, into iambic pentameter. I mean, great. And putting the metrical error in the iambic pentameter on the last line in the English translation. I mean, it's just chef's kiss. Whoever localized this did a fantastic job. I should actually rest because things get a little bit dicey. So I just want to give a shout out to that, and also to Chio, who I love his visual design, I love his personality, I love everything about him, and it's sure is a shame what happens. Anyway, time to go in this little zone. Now, powering up the entire like power generating sector of this entire city island thing is surely going to require some significant hacking. Also, interesting that it's all shut off. I wonder why that might be. Why are we keeping it on such low and slow at this point? Oh, we'll find out later. Yeah, it required 3 rounds of the hacking game to get it to go. But power is on. Ooh, all until the power is on. Looking green. I'll have to give Guafu a properly, like, you know, sort of portly comic voice. If I can do one. I don't really do voices. I do bad impressions. But here he is. I know you can hear me, you bastard. Stop hacking into my systems. That's not right. I tried asking nicely. Now I'm going to have to use force to deal with you. When did a craftsman like you become skilled in martial arts? Oh, that snark. Could it really be you? Forget it. I don't want to deal with this. I'm already in a bad mood, and these constant startling alarms aren't helping. Listen up. This is my final warning. The guards have been deployed, and these killing machines won't be swayed by words. You're on your own. Well, they weren't swayed by words. Ah, there's too many bows. There you go. They're still not very bright. Bing. Okay, well, I guess we should go and visit our friend. So, after this plays out, we'll end this episode. Now, how it plays out will depend significantly on whether I remember these attack patterns or not. But, to meet the energy demands of the Eternal Cauldron Project, again with the Eternal Cauldron Project, storage mode with limited output, all the batteries are full. The Soul Kwafu made improvements to rhizomatic column interconnections, linked up Kunlun's various power plants, and created the power reservoir, an entirely new energy storage paradigm. He's a brilliant man. Let me just rest here for a second. Look how elegantly it combines sort of a natural root-like structure with high technology. You know, this doesn't bode well somehow. Oh boy. Hello, General Ling Zhao. Oh, I don't like this. Ow! Alright. Ow! Yeah, this is... Ah, titties. I'm dead. Oh, I'm so dead. I'm so dead! Okay. I'm not quite dead yet, but I'm definitely going to be shortly. Oh, what's that you say? Phase 2? Phase 2, you say? I have one hit left. It's fine, I just won't make a single mistake over the course of this next full life bar, where he's got a whole new power thing to do that I don't... Yeah, that's fine. I can dodge this one pretty well. Well, that wasn't a safe one to do that move in. Oh well. I guess we'll call this good. Next time you'll see me beat that guy. Or potentially you'll see after I beat him, depending on how it goes. But hope you enjoy.